What is up, Tadpoles, and welcome to another episode of SBC Team Building. This week we are facing up against the Furrina Falinks, coached by Thief. And as you can see, his logo has, or their logo, I'm not sure. I think it's a dude. Their logo has dead Moltres on the field. So yeah, we'll see if we want to bring Moltres this week or not. So first off, their team consists of Arcanine, Bronzor, Cherim, Gastrodon, Groudon, Girder, Heliolisk, Lilligant, Maractus, Mudsdale, Persian, and Togekiss. So straight off the bat, you can see that their team is highly based on Sun. And I've actually checked their win-loss ratio, and they've lost like every single game. So I don't know if they were going for a meme team or just they're not a good player. I don't know. But we still have to be wary, even though we do have the dominant weather in rain. Because he does have Gastrodon and a lot of grass types, which do well against our water types. He also has Fake Out with Persian and Sleep Powder with Lilligant. So we have to watch out for that. Even with Cherim can set up Manual Sun, among other Pokemon. Arcanine can also soak in Bronzor. Heliolisk, I believe, also can set up Manual Sun. And with Follow Me support, he can do a lot of damage. So his strengths are obviously that he has Sun, Maractus, and Lilligant obviously get the Chlorophyll ability, doubling their speed in Sun. Heliolisk get the Solar Power ability, which basically gives it a Life Orb boost in the Sun as an ability. Storm Drain with Maractus or Gastrodon, which is cool. So Maractus can play multiple roles here. Cherim gives you a Choice Band and an Assault Vest boost, which is really nice. It doubles your 1.5 times boost to your special defense and attack. So with Groudon on the field, or anything else on the field rather, that'd be doing a stupid amount of damage. So that's also good. And Arcanine with its Intimidate ability mitigates damage, but it can also do a lot of damage with its fire moves in Heat Wave, Flamethrower, Flare Blitz, and can be annoying with Snarl too. Next up, he has Trick Room, and I don't think he's going to run Trick Room. He could run like Iron Ball, Groudon. Girder does work well in Trick Room, and Gastrodon is pretty slow. Flame Orb Guts, Girder could be really good, and Mudsdale with the Stamina ability getting every time you get hit, you get +1 defense. So that can be really annoying with Body Press. So that is something to look out for. But Bronzor with Eviolite is his only Trick Room setter, so we can probably easily deal with that. And the sheer bulk of his team is another thing I wanted to talk about. I already talked about Arcanine. I already talked about Stamina. We got Togekiss with Follow Me. He can just follow me and do Follow Me Trick Room, Follow Me Swords Dance. Groudon, he can follow me Sunny Day, he can follow me Sleep Powder, he can follow me Snarl, he can do a lot of stuff with Togekiss and just make it a meat shield for his other Pokemon. And then obviously we have the Eviolite that can go on either Girder or Bronzor. So yeah. So my good matchup, honestly, going back to his logo, you want to kill my Moltres? Well, I'm going to give you the Moltres, and we're bringing Moltres this week because in Sun, it does a stupid amount of damage and can deal with a lot of threats. Honestly, if Sun is up, Moltres can do a stupid amount of damage to all of his grass types, even to Arcanine, which does resist. I can still use like Scorching Sands or even Ancient Power, I think it gets. And Air Slash will still be doing a good amount. I have Solar Beam also for Groudon, so I can just one-shot that thing. And Togekiss is not going to be taking any fire moves decently in the Sun. Now, obviously, since he has Sun, I'm going to bring Rain, just because I want to counteract all of his boosts. And even though Groudon isn't a fire type anymore, because it's Omega Groudon, or whatever it's called, Primal Groudon, that's the word. And it doesn't have a fire type anymore, so it doesn't get fire type stab. It still gets Heat Crash, and that could be doing a lot of damage because Groudon is heavy as frick. Thwackey also comes here, even though Arcanine isn't really annoying, and he does have a lot of grass types which resist a Grassy Glide. Grassy Glides are just always good, and U-Turn and Fake Out are really good in this matchup. So we do have the two Rain Setters, the Rain Setter in Pelipper and the Rain Sweeper in Beartick. Beartick being an Ice type and not a Water type is also really good. It's not weak to those grass moves, and I can also use Ice moves to get rid of those pesky grass types. It's also really good against Ice pretty much hits everything on his team except for Bronzor and Gastrodon for super effective. I mean, Heliolisk doesn't take it well. So, yeah, Beartick is like stupid good in this matchup. Now we got the possibility. He could possibly bring Cherim. I could see him bring Mudsdale. Maybe he could bring like a Scarf Heliolisk or even a Life Orb Heliolisk, but I don't think he'll do it. Gastrodon is for sure a good pick here to come. Though he does have to be wary of the fact that I have a Thwackey. Lilligant could also come with after you could also be really good, even though I do have Rain to counteract that. So there is that, and Lilligant also has Sleep Powder, but I think Maractus could be a better option just because it has like better utility in Storm Drain and being grass type instead of Storm Drain and being a water ground type. Dragapult could be good here with like Flamethrower in the sun or whatever. Persian looks really good here because it can just spam Snarl because most of his mods are special attackers, and then I can spam Foul Play or even set up a screen or two, or fake out is also really good. I'm faster than pretty much all of his mons except if he runs a Scarf on one of them. Yeah, I'm faster than all of them except for the ones that obviously get the Chlorophyll boost in the sun. Manectric is really good here, I think, because it has that fire coverage, and the electric type does help with some of his mons like Togekiss and yeah, that's honestly about it for Togekiss. But the fact that Manectric is fast, it's good, has good support, and it has that fire coverage, which I'm probably going to mostly be spamming this week, or rather, my coach will be. And Porygon looks pretty good here. I don't know if he'll go the Trick Room route, so I don't really need Porygon in this matchup. It's good as an Eviolite user, but I think we're going to bring Thwackey as an Eviolite user this week in better situation. Solgaleo is an interesting pick. It's weak to Fire-type moves, obviously, being that Steel-type. And I do hit a lot of things for good damage, so we might bring him this week. I'll see in the team builder. And then we got the bad matchup mons, obviously with all those Grass-type mons and the Arcanine having Intimidate and being in the sun, weakening our water moves. Swampert is not a good bring for this week, that's for sure. Bad matchup also is Double. Double just doesn't do a lot here. Double's good for a body press spammer, and he has mostly special attackers, and therefore Double's physical defense doesn't really matter. And then last but not least, we have Slurpuff. Don't think Slurpuff's good because it's base 72 speed, and Lilligant and Maractus, I believe, outspeed that in the sun. So even if I do get the Unburden boost, I'm still not going to be outspeeding stuff. And Slurpuff just spams, like, basically just spams fairy moves and has grass type coverage. So that is good, but then again, he has a lot of things that resist grass. So yeah, not really helpful. I don't think he's going to bring Persian. It doesn't really do anything for him as a normal type. And as I said, I don't really think he's going to bring Trick Room just because his Trick Room is kind of weak, with Bronzor being his only setter and Girder being his only like real sweeper. I guess you could consider Mudsdale, but Mudsdale really needs to like get something going, like a weakness policy boost or something like that. So now let's get on to the team. So I have some calcs here, and let's jump to Showdown so we can show you what they do. So first of all, we have Moltres here, and Moltres is calc to live even a +2 Rock Slide, so I will always live 2 Rock Slides, and then just put the rest into Special Attack and 4 Speed, because we don't really need Speed. It has base 90 speed and outspeeds most of the stuff, and I'm mainly going off of Moltres' is natural bulk in being 90, 90, 85. So that's really good. We have Solar Beam, Heat Wave, Air Slash. As I said, Solar Beam is good for that Groudon. Heat Wave just does great damage in the sun and even out of the sun. In the rain, I'm probably not going to be spamming it. And then we have, last but not least, Air Slash. So there's that. Now we got Thwackey. So this is a very simple Thwackey spread. I got maximum Grassy Terrain Recovery, maximum attack, and the rest into defense with 4 and 4. With Grassy Glide, Fake Out, Protect, and U-Turn, I think it's just going to be spamming Grassy Glide, even though he does have a lot of grass types that resist grass. I can still be doing a good amount of damage, and I'll have that U-turn to pivot out if I need to. But this Thwackey spread is just to deal with that Gastrodon, deal with the Mudsdale, and deal with that Groudon. That could be really annoying. Now we have Pelipper, and this is a weird Pelipper spread, kind of. I calced to Oko, no bulk Lilligant with Hurricane, so that is a thing. Note that Hurricane is 50% accurate in Sun, but 100% accurate in Rain. So there is that. We have Scald, U-Turn, Protect, and Hurricane. Scald just does good damage to the fire types and the ground types, and has that 30% chance to burn, which is always good. U-Turns for pivoting, obviously, because we want to get in and out. And I did calc to live a Thunderbolt from Life Orb. Yeah, so if I calc to live a -1 max special attack Life Orb Helios Thunderbolt. So if he does bring Thunder, which I don't think he'll bring, he could bring Thunder, and then I just die. But I did calc to live with that 92 special defense. I calc to live a -1 Life Orb Thunderbolt from Solar Power Heliolisk in Rain, I believe. So there's that. And then I put the rest into defense with 4 speed. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But we have this guy to actually protect our Pelipper. And we have him with the Focus Sash, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Snarl, and Protect, with just max speed and max special attack with 4 Spadef. It doesn't really matter where I put the 4 because Benectric is so frail. So there is that. And then we have Persian. I outspeed what's his face, Heliolisk, and then I put the rest into defense with max HP with Snarl, Flake Out, Taunt, and Icy Wind. Icy Wind is always good for speed control just because it's super effective against all of his Pokemon except for Heliolisk, Bronzor, Girder, and Arcanine. As I said before, Ice hits like everything on his team. So yeah. And then last but not least, we have Beartic. Oh yeah, we also have the safety goggles, just because the only things that will be outspeeding Persian are the Chlorophyllmons like Lilligant, and if Lilligant goes for a Sleep Powder trying to like predict me, then that's fine. And I have Taunt for Trick Room, I highly doubt, and for Togekiss because I highly doubt he'll bring it, but whatever. And then last but not least, we have Beartic. This is just to outspeed everything in Rain, even Heliolisk. And I put the rest into HP, just because Beartic Loki has very good defenses. 95, 80, 80. I've said this before, but 95, 80, 80 is really good. And even though I am an Ice type, I can take like most hits pretty well. With Aqua Jet, Liquidation, and Icicle Crash is pretty much all I need. And then max attack for that maximum damage output. So that is the team this week. I'm doing this after the fact. So I know that we did actually win this match. So there is that to show. And so we did reverse the tables here. We did turn the tables, and our Moltres did actually succeed. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next week. Peace.